Hello, my friend, and welcome to the study. What I have here is a 9th century manuscript page 58 recto in Latin of the Visio Sancti Pauli. The Visio Sancti Pauli was originally in Greek, written in the 4th century. Exists today only in fragments. However, it was prolifically translated at the time into Syriac, Amharic, Coptic, Georgian, Kashuni, and Latin. It was a very popular and prolific text in the Middle Ages. Partly because the Visio Sancti Pauli is an apocryphal text, as it were a non-canonical apocalypse of St. Paul, containing an account of a vision of the afterlife, of which there are several examples from saints in the Middle Ages. This page is from a 9th century manuscript in the Heidelberg Bibliotheca Palatina collection, written in the mid-Upper Rhineland in Carolingian minuscule. Since 1623, the collection from Heidelberg is now in Rome and bears the title Bibliotheca Apostolica Vaticana, and this particular one is Codex Palatina Latina 220. This is an interesting text, as there is a lot of marginalia, or scribbles, in the margins. We can see notations from studying in different hands, so making notes, also notation for singing, and various artistic scribbles and designs. It was produced in the mid to upper Rhineland and had its home at the Abbey of Lorscher. And the interesting thing about this page is the marginalia, or scribble, on the bottom that is not in Latin. Rather, it is in Old High German, and it's from the 10th century. So almost a century after this manuscript itself was written. So with all the many hands that have scribbled in it, studying it, reading it out to the congregation, this one is in Old High German, the vernacular language. So if we can imagine this peaceful abbey in the upper Rhineland of Germany, in Lorscher, 1,000 years ago, it was a very important abbey in the Carolingian Empire. All that remains of it are ruins and the pre-Romanesque Carolingian gatehouse of the 9th century. Charlemagne himself, as well as many pilgrims, visited this abbey, and its fabled library and scriptorium were a cultural centre of the German kingdom at the time. The library contained a number of texts and was rich in classical and Christian texts alike. It enjoyed great patronage, but during the 30 Years' War it was destroyed by Spanish troops in 1621 and suffered the fate of much of the countryside at the time, which was almost total annihilation. What we see here is perhaps one of the oldest examples of rhyming poetry in the German language. It reads, Kirst imbi ist höchse, nu flüchte viel Minas höre. Friede, Frauene, in Gottes Mund, heim zu kommen gesund. Sitzi, Bina, in Boot der Sankte Maria. Urlaub nicht aber du, zu Hause nie flücht du, noch du mir niederrinnest, noch du mir nintönist. Sitzi viele Stille, wirke Gottes Willen. Roughly translated. O Christ, the bee colony has flown or swarmed. Now fly here to me, my little beasts, so that you may return home safely in the peace of the Lord, under God's protection. Sit here, bee, as Holy Mary has commanded. You shall not receive permission to fly into the forest. You shall neither escape nor flee from me. Sit very still and do God's will. Bees have been an important part of human activity for many thousands of years. In fact, depictions of humans collecting honey from wild bees can be seen as early as 15,000 years ago, and efforts to domesticate them are shown in Egyptian and Phoenician examples from 4,500 years ago. When bees were kept in colonies, especially in abbey gardens, as part of any kind of horticultural cultivation efforts, the long-standing cultivation of honey being a sign of prosperity, and consequently bees have shown themselves on many coats of arms in Europe, notably that of Bonaparte. I would like to thank the study's October patrons. And first, thank you everyone who is watching. Thank you for liking and commenting and subscribing. A special thank you to do the studies, patrons for October. Your support means so much, and you're an absolutely wonderful group. Thanks for standing by the study. Andreas, thank you. Thank you. Ben, thank you. Thank you. Joshua, thank you. Thank you. Pirate Carrie, thank you. Thank you. Romulus, thank you. Thank you. Therim, thank you. Thank you. And Carman, 1000. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for watching. And have a beautiful, beautiful sleep. And a beautiful, peaceful, calm week. Because no matter what goes on out there, the study is always here for you. To be your place of calm, your sanctuary. Be good to yourself. Be kind to others. And remember, be extraordinary.